riding with my dad in his BMW scooter. We are blessed with a sunny, hot weather for a good Sunday ride, so I expect everything to be dry and hot. and I expect myself to be sweaty. Well, hopefully not. So my dad is riding a 650cc scooter, and I'm only riding a 200cc motorcycle. Last week I was contemplating about getting a big bike, a Ducati Monster 795. That pretty much is if you don't know the 795, it's pretty much 696 chassis with a 796 motor, so it has an 803cc motorcycle. Now, why I want it is, aside from it being a Ducati and it excites me every time I see it, is that the reason why I like it, aside from it being a Ducati, is that it suits my height. It fits me well. Aside from it being light, because I want a lightweight bike, because having a heavy bike like my dad's BMW is pretty hard to handle when it comes to the city. And then when I sat down on it, of all the big bikes that I sat on that I'm interested in, the Ducati 795 fits me well because it has a very short seat height. I am not able to flat foot it because I'm only 5'3", but at least I can get both of my toes down. Unlike here in my KTM Duke, it's a small bike, but it has a pretty high seat height that I can only tip it so. But since it's light, I'm able to handle it easily in the city. Now, what I was thinking about that one, since I only ride on weekends on short leisure rides like this, since I work in the city, in the main city, and then I'll only get a ride in the province. I was thinking if I get another bike, I will have to maintain two bikes. I will have to ride those bikes alternately during weekends, and also I don't want to dispose of my 200 because it's a really cracker of a bike, and I have invested so much in this bike. This is my first bike. I invested a lot of power parts in it to make it look good. I have an aftermarket exhaust for added performance. So if I would sell it, I'll be for the span of 2 years. This is a 2-year-old bike. I'll be losing more than 50% of the amount that I've placed in this one. So, and I still love it. I'm still enjoying it. So I decided to keep this bike, and just decided now I'll just get another car. I'm thinking of buying another car, a small car. So I currently drive a 3-door SUV in the city. And since it's traffic, I don't need a lot of speed, so I'm thinking of getting a small car. I'll tell you all about it when I get it. But so far, as being a 200cc in the Philippines is not that bad, especially when you have this kind of 200cc in the city, because this is not your typical 200. You can keep up with the big bikes. Like when my dad is riding a 650 and I can keep up with him, it's because here in the Philippines, especially in the provinces, you really don't need a lot of speed. The most that you can go is 100, 120 on safe instances. Because if you look at our roads, we have bad roads, so you can't travel very high speeds. We have a lot of construction going on left and right. In the highway, you have a lot of houses and people have no sense of respect in terms of getting clear away from the highway, getting clear away from the cars. They don't even see respect oncoming traffic. They will just cross, and you are the one who's supposed to adjust and slow down, even though they're not crossing in the pedestrian lane. And then you have stray dogs running around in the highway. So that's another dangerous one. And with all the volume of cars also, and you don't have enforced speed limits, as if you say here you're supposed to go maximum 60 or minimum 60, maximum 80. You will see these guys here, like this motorcycle right there, who's doing 50 with three people on his back, with 3 people riding it, and then the helmet just on their elbows, not on their heads. Overloading, not safe. And then if you see it, that kid is dangling his foot. I mean, yeah, unsafe. I have all these unsafe things, so I figured, yeah, I'll just get another car because I want a different experience for a car. I'm already getting the sport bike experience from a bike, but that does not mean I'm not going to buy a Monster, a Ducati. I will still do it after I buy my sports car. I mean my car. And see that, stray dog. That can just cross any time, and that's gonna be a hazard for a motorcycle rider. So here I am. I decided to get a 200, and as you can see, yes, I can keep up with the big boys as long as they do not cross the 120 mark. Because I have a 140 top speed on this bike, which is not much. But what really matters for a bike is how it gets from 0 to a certain speed in the smallest amount of time. Because most of the people that ask me, hey, what bike is that? Hey, how many cc's? What's your top speed? I consider those guys poster bikes. Oh, usually the poster questions, usually the question is, how many cc's, which really do not matter. The number of cc's you have does not matter. What matters is the amount of power that displacement produces. So it does not mean that you have a 220 or a 250 you can outrun my 200. There are a lot of variables. There's also how much acceleration does this thing have, how is the braking, what's the handling. If you want to put a 250 against this one in a racetrack, this would win. Because this is a very good 200. And it gets 0 to 80 very quickly, which is more than enough speed that you need to pass all the cars in front of you, everything around you. And since it's also really light, you can just swivel around, avoid all the potholes that's in the road. So yeah, I'm having fun with the 200, and another advantage of having a 200 is it's a 200. You get to experience the whole rev band without getting into dangerous speeds. Like now I'm doing 2,000 on second gear, I'm doing 30, and I can rev it up as high as I want to the maximum 10,500, and I get to enjoy the whole experience of the engine revs. And I'm there most of the time. I can just ride for 3-4 hours, always on the red side of the on the upper band, and the engine is gonna perform well. It's not gonna die on me. It's not gonna overheat. This is a KTM engine. You can't go wrong with that. So yeah, you get to enjoy a bike with and in terms of enjoying the bike, it's not just the speed. It's not a sense of bragging rights. What's the highest speed that you've gone into a motorcycle? Because you enjoy the bike with the experience, the braking, the handling. Oh, mostly the corners. That's what you want to enjoy in a bike. The acceleration and how you pass, how you leave everybody behind. That's enjoyment. I mean, like when you're riding on the twisties, you don't need to take the whole road the opposite lane so you have more space, so you can carry more speed. Alright, that's racing. If you want to go racing, go do it on a racetrack. If you want to enjoy, stay on your lane in the twisties, like what you're supposed to do, so that you have more, you can go slower, but you can lean the bike much slower because you have more turns to cover. Sure, you get less speed, but what? You enjoy it, right? You enjoy riding the bike. So it's a good bike. It doesn't. I consider this as an all-rounder for the Philippines, or maybe getting the 400cc would be better since we have a restriction here that you need to have at least 400cc declared on your on your registration to be able to pass the highways. Stupid rule. Well, not really a stupid rule. Well, it is what it is. It has its reasons. I still think, yeah, maybe they could just put an exception on my KTM. And the 250cc's Ninja 250. Because those bikes can cruise easily in the highways. Wanna go 80? Gets there really fast. It's not gonna be under obstruction. It has an adequate amount of weight, so it's stable on speeds. It has good braking, both bikes, the Ninja 250 and this one. The advantages of having a 250. Also, this is a 250 and it's a small bike, it's light. It's a light bike. So it's easy to maneuver in the cities. You're not gonna have a hassle trying to handle it, trying to take your foot down, balancing, being stable so that you don't fall off, the bike does not fall off. That makes the whole experience easier. And since it's a small bike, if you want to park and there's a tight space, you can just get down, push the bike. It's easier to push this bike because it's light. Well, you might feel that it's a bit heavy than it's supposed to be, but it's because of the tires. This thing has wide tires for handling purposes, of course, not for looks. Because having a big rear, yes, it looks good, but it takes a toll on your handling. It takes a toll on your acceleration. Stupid bicycles making U-turns, and then it acts like they want to be prioritized. Wait. You look, you're not the only ones on the road. There's no use prioritizing you in your U-turns and your passings because you're just going to obstruct the flow of traffic. You're not supposed to be in the highways anymore. And then see, corners. Enjoy it, stay on it. Don't be a dick. Look at us. See that? Third gear. You want to have fun? Have more lean, make sure you're carrying enough speed so you don't go on the low side. Or not too much speed so you don't do a high side. Am I having fun? Yes, I am. Do I need a bigger bike? No, I don't, but yes, I want one. Come on, Dad. Come on. Signal, always using the signal lights. Assholes not doing it doesn't mean you don't need to do it anymore, because that just makes you another asshole. Here I'm doing 77. Alright, slow down, this is a twisties. And I'm still enjoying the full band of the RPM. I'm enjoying the whole experience of the engine. Revving it up from 3,000 all the way to 10,500 until I hit the rev limiter and then bam, 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 bam. Another corner, 5th gear, going down 4th gear, no brakes. Man, look at that. I love that corner. I enjoy that corner. And I did not even take the whole road. Now I am, because I'm overtaking it and I'm going back again. If you want to be a skilled rider, stay in your lane so you can, if you want to carry more speed, then use the skill, not the lane. You want to carry more speed, have more angle, have more speed, know the traction of your motorcycle. See, I'm keeping up. Well, since I'm a motorcycle, it needs a big bike. And see, when you go to the twisties, you don't really need a lot of speed. Sure, big bikes are gonna do this corner at 80. Can my motorcycle do 80? Yes, it can. Can it do it on the corners? Yes, it can. Because I have a very good chassis. I have a good center of gravity. I have very good Metzeler tires that really grip well. So you can keep up in the corners. And since you're lighter, sometimes you carry more speed than the big bikes. But when they accelerate, that's when those big bikes leave you. Like this one, they accelerate, oh, they're gone. And then when you hit the corner again, all right, I'm here again with you. Like this one, you got this corner, there's a big bike, and you're just gonna accelerate, and then bye-bye. But if you're with a group, no worries, they're not gonna leave you, they're gonna wait for you. So, you don't, like, okay, you don't need to race, like, if you're riding with a big bikes, you don't need to race them, so that you can keep up with them. Because they're doing their own pace. They're gonna wait for you. So just do your own pace. Don't be tempted to you know, push your bike harder and then you lack the necessary skill to do it, and then you're gonna end up in a crash. It's gonna look really bad and really dangerous. Just do your own pace, like my dad. He's doing his own pace. I ride at a faster pace than him, but we're riding together. I'm still enjoying myself. Or should I go bigger? Faster. Then just brake. When you see an approaching corner like this one and you're doing 80 or more, even from afar you start braking, you start slowing down because you don't want to enter the corner too fast, just to be safe. Because if you're too slow, you can just speed up. But if you're too fast and you don't have space for braking anymore, you crash. So better to do it slow, enter slow, adjust speed if needed, rather than go in fast, go in too hot, not have enough space like this one, and then you just go straight there. But you won't, because I was already slowing down way before. Not familiar with the roads, slow down. Try to know how deep every curve is. Like this one, you don't know how. Stupid ass dick. Overtaking on a double lane blind corner. Stupid. That's why you can't really go that fast in here in the Philippines. Because of assholes like that one. If you were going too fast and somebody does that to you, you don't have any space to react. Like me, I saw him, he was out of his lane, and I took a deeper corner. And since I was traveling really slow, I have time to adjust from taking the outside lane to the inner lane. So be safe, guys. It's not just safe riding, you should also be aware about the assholes around you. This overloaded truck. Crawling. Overloaded. And it's not like you need to go really fast to enjoy the bike. If you're the guy that likes speed, get another bike, get a big bike. If you're the kind of guy that, like me, who enjoys the corners, small accelerations, small bursts of accelerations, get a small displacement bike. It's easier to handle, it's easier to live with. As for maintenance, I don't really care. Because this is a hobby. I'm willing to spend money on it. And I really take good care of my bike because it's I don't want it to, you know, fail on me. Alright, slow down, Dad. This is a tricky corner here, see? And if there's gravel over there, you know, you don't have space to go. The gravel will just catch you and then make your bike slide. If you want to take a lot of space when you're cornering, do it on your same lane. I mean, you have that banner, go outside, go inside, go outside. That's your racing line. You don't need to take the whole left and right side of the road. Just take your road. You have a right-hander, go on the left side, take the ride inside, outside. It's always outside, inside, outside. That's your racing line. Let's do that again. I'm doing 80. Outside, inside, car. Outside, inside, outside, inside. I'm still carrying a lot of speed. And it also improves your skill. It disciplines you to make safety a habit. Make it a habit that, hey, I'm not seeing anybody. Maybe I'll use this road. That road and this road is the same. So you just use your own. Don't be greedy. You don't own this road. Check. I'm not saying you're not supposed to take the other lane. Sometimes you need to stay away from hazards, like this one, the blind area there. Somebody might just not be able to see you and just running, crossing the road. You want to give it some space. Nope, it's not gonna do it because he's not reckless. Because you see, it's a hill, so you can't see what's on. If somebody's coming on the other lane, so it's better to wait. Clear? Yes, it is. Can't see it, so he's not gonna do it. He's gonna wait for the next corner. Nope, wait. And go. It's not gonna do it. And after that tricycle, you can go. This engine, I mean, when you since it's just a 200 bike and you're and you get it straight and you just give it everything you got, it's not gonna do a wheelie. So it's safer. And this is when the disadvantage of the 200. If you want to pass really quickly, you need to give it everything you got. Also very which is really a big enjoyment. You get to push the bike. It's not gonna bite you. You can give it a lot and it's not gonna do a wheelie. But if you want to do a power wheelie, you can. So just put some gas on it, pop the clutch, and it's gonna do a wheelie. The chassis of this thing is so good that a lot of people use this for stunts. I mean, the first time the 125 was launched in the 200, the first thing that they did with it is do stunts. During the launch of this 200 here in the Philippines, the first thing that the event coordinators did was do stunts. Because everything in this bike, every component works well together. The brakes, the chassis, the suspension. Oh, I love the upside down forks on this one on the front. And with a single mono shock, with a mono shock on the rear. And white, looks really nice. And very good in the corners. And that's it. After a 52-minute ride, no, 42-minute ride from the Sena, including the stop that we did. I don't know, maybe it took us 10 minutes in the stop for when I stopped for gas. Going to the gas station, stopping there. We're here in Mauban. Got here faster than the usual time it would take if you were riding a car, driving a car. And this is the view. See that? This is a farm. And that's a carabao right there. Thank you, Lord, for the safe ride.